Good evening, everybody. It's been a while. It's been a while, like, it's been taking so long, but we are back onto the fighting stance, onto the King of Fighters arena. And right now, we have our different show for you all. So, this is going to be the King of Fighters Arena Duo Battle for Supremacy.tv Season 1. We are your host and your shoutcaster. Yan with the name. Yan with the name. Shoutcasting is my game. And I am with my partner as well. The ever so beautiful, the ever so handsome Coach Dad.
Well, what's up, guys? How are you guys? This is once again Coach Stas here at Battle for Supremacy TV. Always gonna live a phrase that strategy is the key to one's performance. And like what Yadvi said, we're gonna be having another event for the night. It is yours and none other than King of Arena Fighters guy. King of Fighters Arena is rather the way,
Yes.
way around. And we do have plenty of players going to go toe to toe with one another, and this is something of different on an approach because this is a duos. It's like a tag team that match between these set players.
Definitely a duo. Well, it goes hand in hand with the best duo here when it comes to the casting, the tabi-tabi tandem, of course. Tabi-tabi muna kayo dyan in our language because right now we are going to see the duo battle. Well, basically, it is like Coach has said, a tag team matchup. Every match will be a different set of players, but of course, they are onto the same team. So just to be a little bit to clarify this one, of course, the mechanics will be the duo must live in the same country. So basically, they need to be in the same country, or at least much better yet, same place. Duo must have a good internet connection because this is an online tournament as well. So a good internet connection is a must to that go through with the internet connection, disconnection of all of that, so we don't have any more technical difficulties onto the internet part. And of course, Duo must have a Discord account for sharing because we are trying to see the battle onto the screen share of the players. Well, King of Fighters still doesn't have the yet spectator mode, so it is what we can do for now. And the duo must be onto the Discord when their match starts. Failure to be onto the Discord 8 minutes after the match start will result in the forfeiting match. And reminder, we already had our characters pick because we already know in the previous Battle for Supremacy and Cypher of King of Fighters Arena, we already pre-picked the characters of all of the players or all of the duos are going to use. So they already know what to do. They already know what to pick.
This is not possible without our helping hand, or either our sponsor for tonight. It is the Team MBX Esports for you guys. They are the ones who are going to be going to be the sponsor of this event. And mind you, this is not a tournament proper yet. This is just the Cypher battles, which is known as the scrimmage battles. But players that will be tending or leaning towards the win will receive a little bit of a compensation as well for their earnings here at the Cypher Battle. So this is somewhat different from your usual Cypher battles, either what you call scrimmage battle from time to time in your places or respective places that you just need to win and nothing else. Here at Battle for Supremacy TV, we cater players not just winning by means of winning, but also giving them prizes, which is equivalent to 2.96 MBX, or into conversion to monetary value, it will be $3 and so 18, 18, right? So it is somewhat not much, but at least at the monetary value that you could convert into your earnings. So we do have 4 match for the night, and it is I think 32 32 players overall because this is a death match, right? I mean tag team death match, so 2 players per round. That is 18 I mean. So it's not
16,
22.
16. It,
Ah,
it, it
16
is
rather.
16. It is 16. We have a total of 6 countries, but we have 8 teams total. Like I said, onto the we like to see onto the screen. We have teams from the Philippines, Pakistan, the Great Britain, Colombia, and Indonesia as well. So for now, it is a little bit of a domination for the Philippines and Indonesian side, but actually into the Pakistan side as well, because each of them has two teams representative in their very own country. But before that, of course, we're going to move on for the first match now in just a moment. So for our first match, it's going to be the duo of 7693 and 8280 from Colombia versus the duo of the Philippines 8823 and 8519.
I mean, these tandems are. I mean, I'm looking and thrilled to see how we'll be gonna be playing later on because
Mm-hmm.
some of them are currently we haven't seen them play, and this is a tag team match like what we've said. Like Tel Yedvi and Taz Tavi tandem is we do have as well King of Arena Fighters players that will go into tandem. And what more tandem you would like to have as well with watching Battle for Supremacy TV here. It is Doritos and the only love triangle that you ever need in your life, and Pepsi as well. Well, that's what I like. That is the combo of the century.
Yes.
What?
Definitely. Well, look at Coach just already into the energetic side. And of course, a huge shout out to Team MBX for being our major sponsor for this said event. MBX or Marble X token will be the token for the King of Fighters Arena for you to have a chance to purchase a controller or NFT controller for you to earn some more MBX. So it is a little bit of investment, but it is an investment, and the ROI will be surely going to be there at some point. But prepare now, we're going to wait for the match number one because we're going to at least clarify. This is going to be the best of 3 matches for this in every set or in every game. So basically, all of the duos are going to play in each other's matches. So best of 3 series. If we are being able to at least go into the round number 3, match number 3, the game 3, if you prefer. The first set of players are going to play in the first match or in the first game will be the player for the game 3 as well. So just to a little bit to clarify, they are going to alternate each other's matches for us to determine who is the one who will be getting the 2-game win in these said matches.
Definitely, it is at the 3-2 wins in bets of 3 series per game, guys. So, like what I've said, I'm still leaning towards to the players that knows how to play out the meta characters that we currently have right now into King of Arena. King of Fighters Arena, King Arena.
King of Fighters.
I
Yeah, let's
always,
go.
I always jumble those words, man, because like what we're having right now, we do have the duo, so might not possible I jumbled the name as well. But this is just the beginning, guys, because this is just a Cypher battle. We are not yet onto that tournament proper, which has a huge chunk amount of prize pool to be given away and catered to the players and as the winners as well. Yet, we already had finished our scholarship event for our King of Arena Fighters. King of Fighters Arena. Why do I always jumble that one?
King of Arena Fighters, man. It is interesting. Well, let's just say K of FA so we could not be confused onto that one. But GOFA. So the acronym of that. But before we go, of course, to the viewers out there, please do stay tuned into this game. And I would like to give a huge shout out to our ma'am, Madam Siska. Hello, Coach Tas. She said hello, Coach Tas, and hello, ENV. And of course, to Team Gamma too. But shout out ENV. Of course, shout out indeed. So just focus on to the match there and have fun in this duo series.
Yep. And like what I've said, how are you feeling right now, Yenvi, knowing that
Yes.
we're gonna be seeing a little bit of a different piece? It is also a battle like a CODM that we are usually showing our audiences, but this time around, it will be going to be a fighting game, and fighting games. And it is, I've been a fan of fighting games ever since I was little. I do fighting as well in real life, that suntukan tayo moment, right? So
He doesn't even need. Coach Tas doesn't even need to play fighting games anymore. He can do it in real life. Can you show us some moves there, Coach Tas? Like give me some wah, give me some yeah. Well, if you see that stance, all you need to do is run. You don't fight. Okay, it will not be good in your future. I assure you that. Coach Tas is very versatile. If we are going to analyze his stance, he has the Kung Fu stance, and because of his large body, he got the strength as well. But he is fast at the same time. So it's all about balance for Coach Tas here.
Really, I'm fast, especially on eating.
Yes.
But for those who doesn't know, I am what they call this. I don't like to at least brag about this, but I'm a black belt in judo, guys.
Ooh.
So those for those who doesn't know, right? So keep be cool, right?
Where's the? Can I see the belt? I have when I was in your area, Coach, I didn't see the belt. Where are you hiding it?
It was treasured onto the box.
Oh, hope all. He's judo. He is a judo master, man. So he can basically drag down anyone that he can. But being coming onto the serious note, of course, it's going to be the same here in the King of Fighters arena. Casting 8 fighting games is already been our experience. It's been a long time. I think it's been a month, or it's been quite some time that we are able to see a King of Fighters again, and coming on strong again into this matchup. We have a different set of rules because it is going to be the duo, like we earlier said, like the Cypher. Basically, two players from each country, from each team, are going to represent themselves into the match. Like our teams there from from the Philippines, we have 8823 and 8519, and into the Indonesia side, we have 8545 versus 6618. Meanwhile, we have onto Pakistan 8780 and 8815. So we have a various players and countries that are going to play even in this Cypher battle. And if you look at this at least one team from Great Britain, so we are going into the Great Britain onto the western side, and of course onto Colombia, because it is something different, a little bit of different as well, but still mostly most of the teams here representing their country is onto the Asian side. But regardless, I am glad that I'm still able to see the players from Great Britain and Colombia.
And that is just something as some sort of a surprise that we could reach plenty of different countries and as well different nationality from all over the globe here onto the world. Yet I would like to at least refocus onto our match number 1 that will gonna be happening later on. I haven't yet to see that the Philippines being dominating in this our tournament proper, especially onto our past few King of Fighters arena moments that we held here at Battle for Supremacy TV. So still Asia, I've seen some players of them really capable of winning the game as well and being prominent into their sort of characters, which is like the Daimon, the Kula, the Kyoko Sanagi as well. Those are the particular characters that you wanted to use, especially those characters are not just pretty OP but it's also basic. I mean, when I say basic, it is a little bit of a linear way easily to master those said characters. And I'm really very sure. I mean, really sure in regards to this set characters being used from time to time. Yet, like what we've said a while ago, characters will be random, and that will be very fair on to all of our players. There's no mastery level in terms of the character itself, but there's just the luck that the character that you wanted all of this time will gonna be falling into your hands by means of our spin the wheel here at Battle for Supremacy. And also, I would like, before we start the game, I would like to give a huge shout out once again to our audiences here at the live. We are currently live right now on Twitch TV. and as well at kicks.com. So don't forget to at least check out our website. It is Battle for Supremacy TV. Just type it into the Google, or we do have our respective pages and as well social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube, in TikTok, and as well and from Instagram, or I mean that Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. I think we haven't yet got that the Instagram, but Twitter itself, man, that's just I'm pretty sure about it. But here we have. I mean, they're still making the lobby right now, so
Yeah.
we fortunately we're gonna be proceeding for our match for our game number one.
Well, definitely. As we wait for the game number one, well, we're going to talk about a little bit about the characters here. We already mentioned that the characters are going to already being shuffled and randomized by a spin the wheel to the players. So every matchup will be a different set of player or cara fighters that they're going to use. So going to talk about it, maybe for you to have the chance to win those kind of situation, you need to be versatile when it comes to King of Fighters Arena, because especially in Battle for Supremacy.tv that we have that a little bit of twist onto this match, that it will be randomized, so it's going to be a little bit fair, and there is no packet picks that we would like to call it, that characters or that fighter that you are frequently using. So you need to be versatile. The flexibility is also there for you to have a chance to win, and of course a little bit of lucky, maybe if in the spin the wheel, you are able to get one of the most OP characters or fighters here, or one of your most pocket picks. I'm talking about is one of the OP right now. Well, ever so OP is Orochi and Gonitz. Those two are one of the OP, because Gonitz, both of them are hard to master. Well, we talk about the situation that there are fighters like Yoko Sanagi that is OP in his own terms, easy to master as well, easy to use, easy to master, easy to win. But using Orochi and Gonis is a little bit different, because it is hard to master, but the sacrifice probably will be worth it, because they are really OP. They got the range, they got a huge chunk of damage to provide when it comes to the grab as well, and to the, like I said, the long range, and they got projectile for days.
Definitely, and you don't want to go in the distance within this set characters, especially the Orochi one. I mean, it is a really you're gonna be having a big headache if you are going to go and distance yourself and towards an Orochi. But I really wanted to at least give at least a little bit of a comment and to the players itself, because there's one button for me that's currently testing out playing a King of Fighters Arena. Yeah, there you have it. Atumbok Etna. So there is something a little bit of a button, which is for me it's kind of OP, is the dodge button. When you know how to use it on precise moment, on crucial moment, and the timing itself, the the 2 seconds cooldown onto the dodge itself, it's not gonna be long for you to wait, because you know when to use that dodge in the crucial matters, especially on breaking the combos that particular player will gonna be using, especially on given the ultimate as well. This is what I really like in King of Fighters Arena. The ultimates are dodgeable, so it doesn't mean that you proc that ultimate, you gave that ultimate means it will be giving you a hard ace into the face and win you out all throughout your fight. The dodge button is the most OPS for me so far. That you can use that. It's not a skill, but it is a skill of the player itself. When you use it in the right time, man, you're gonna be winning big time. Especially those big evades onto the ultimates of the said opponent that you have.
Definitely, because of those dodge, it will deny the combo. It will deny that little bit of damage, and give you a chance to turn back the tide and turn around the fight. But we're going to have a little bit of a unfortunate event onto the match number one.
Yep.
It's going to be forfeited. So for the match number one, we already had our first set of winner. It will be 8-2-8-0 from Colombia. So I'm very unfortunate we didn't able to see their fight, but it's going to be a match 1 point. Match 1 point already for the side of the team Colombia. Colombia. So for the match number 2, we're going to wait for the side of the 7693 representing Colombia again, or Miguel X, versus 8823 Shin X41. So, or rather Shin 7247 on Discord. So if Miguel X27 able to win this one, it's already the match point, so they're already going to win that match, basically the game itself, because they already got the match point. The match one is already been forfeited by 8519. So yeah, after this, if the Colombian side are able to win this particular match, they will be the winner overall. But if not, if 8823 or Shin able to at least turn back the tides and get first out of game number 2, are we going? We are going to see a game number 3 in just a moment.
I would like to at least have a little bit of a clearance here
Yeah.
at our GM1303. Oh, you shout out to GM Nico. He's the one who's in charge of our King of Fighters Arena, guys. If you wanted to at least join the tournament proper as well, you can at least ask or either communicate with our respectable uh, GM Nico, which is 1303. But there's the question, Yenvi. I would like to ask. Right now, it's 8519 forfeited the game number 1,
Yeah.
and the game number 2 will be played out by his teammate.
Yeah.
Now, if ever his teammate win or won the game number 2, would it be an insta forfeit, or would it be 8519 will gonna be playing for the second round? So I really like to have a confirmation regards to this one.
Yeah, we're in just a moment. We're going to see the information, but it kind of makes sense if 8823 is available and he's able to win this match. He can fight onto the game number 3. He will be the one, the solo represent for his country. So basically, if 8823 win this one, it makes sense that he should be the one playing the game number 3 and battle out the opponent for 8519, which is 8280. So well, it is we're still going to wait for a little bit of information about that. But before that, of course, huge shout out to Team Beta 19 or B19. Shout out Coach Taz and ENV. Thank you so much for the support as well.
Shout out,
And shout out to you all. And of course, yeah, in just a moment, we're going to see the battle for the match number 2. Will it be a time for the Philippines to come back strong after that forfeited match, or will it be the Colombian side to lock it down for their match?
I do believe that they're gonna be going to at least have a little bit of a fight within them, because Filipinos love fights. I mean,
Yes.
Pinoy aming dugo, Pinoy aming dugo, guys. Tang.
It's my first time that I am able to hear you that accent, because of that Filipino English accent. I cannot speak Tagalog anymore. But regardless, like Coach Taz said, Filipinos are way heated, especially into the fight. Whether it is chess, it is boxing, they especially basketball, they are very passionate about it. Most of us knows how to box, of course, watching Ippo Makunochi. If you know the anime, of course, most of us are going like this. We want to play that like that one, and of course, my favorite character then, Mashibag, going with this kind of style, with the flicker job. So yeah, it's a fun time to see, and of course, Filipinos love to fight, even though it's not physical fight, a fight regardless, because the competition, it is superb here in the Philippines. Not being biased about the Philippines, because there's still other countries that are also passionate onto these kind of things. Like we're not gonna say the some countries, but we know the passion. We can feel their passion, especially in King of Fighters, because King of Fighters Arena is popular in Indonesia as well.
Yeah, what I'm saying, what we like to say is a feel the heat of the Filipino prides, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, we're still going towards Lord leading towards the Colombia, because we are not really fully versed in terms of their capacity when they're playing some fighting games. But most of the time, it is from the different countries who are being on top within fighting games. as well, like Evos and something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, there are those people or either regions that are very prominent when it comes and very active in terms of fighting games. And currently, right now in the Philippines, I think there's just a handful of leaders who are being known, being dominant here in the Philippines as well, competing into the other regions as well, especially attending
Mm-hmm.
Evo or any some sort of bigger tournament into fighting games. But this is what is really important right now as King of Fighters Arena Mobile, and we are the first to cater tournaments for this said platform. So
Uh,
I mean, congratulations in advance to those said players that are competing here at our event, especially regardless of it is a Cypher battle or it means a Battle for Supremacy tournament here at Battle for Supremacy.
Definitely. And of course, we're talking about Evo. We're coming back onto the Evo scene. It is the biggest fighting game esports. Well, let's not talk about convention. Let's talk about the moment, the Evo moment 37, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe onto the future we're going to have the King of Fighters Arena in the Evo scene. But regardless, I'm still happy to see a King of Fighters Arena esports in the future, not just here in Battle for Supremacy, but of course across all the globe. So it will really be a global scene. And of course, on Evo, if you still remember some of the Evo moments, Coach, that of course we already mentioned about the Evo moment 37, but do you still have some more memorable moments there in Evo that makes you feel hype when it comes to the fighting games?
That Evo moment 37 is the
Yeah,
most iconic
Daigo.
one with Daigo, right? And as well as who is this one? J his first name is J something. Uh, no,
Jason Wong.
yeah,
No,
there you have it. No, it's Jason Wong
is it Jason
versus
Wong?
Daigo. Yeah, right. I mean, it is not on Street Fighter, but it is who is this guy? Smash Bros. As well. The very first Pikachu
Yeah,
user, very first
yeah.
Pikachu user in Smash Bros. Smash Bros All Star, who kept on using Pikachu until hit onto the grander scale, knowing the fact that Pikachu is one of the champions or the characters in the Smash
Mm,
Bros that are it's not on meta, hardy to use, not so what do you call this powerful enough to deal so much damage. And this is like what I like to see as well in the King of Fighters Arena, that those unorthodox pick or those non-meta picks that you could probably choose, not as long as you could play it very well, especially onto the Tekken side. It's Panda, right? You know, the Panda
yeah.
moment. Also, Panda being the most inefficient character into the Tekken 7, but still manages a way to. It's
Mm,
Raichu, if I'm not mistaken, it's Raichu. Uh, it's yeah, I mean, you could probably do it as well here at the King of Fighters Arena, getting those characters that is not very
mm,
efficient in terms of the crit meta, not so powerful enough, but you could pull something sort of magical. Doubts will be onto the making, but
mm,
once you are there and made it possible to come back from that loss until to the finish, until to the grand finals and being a champion as well is a huge statement for those meta users.
definitely. And a little bit of correction there. It was Justin Wong. So it is not the name that we said earlier, but it was Justin Wong versus
Jason
Daigo.
Wong.
Jason. Where did I say Jason? Come on, man. So it was Justin Wong versus Daigo. Daigo Mihara onto the Street Fighter. That the Daigo's Ryu already on the verge of death or defeat. Yet all Justin Wong needs to do is at least connect one hit on his super, which is the continuous barrage of the kicks, so the Chun-Li kick basically. All he needs to connect is one. But of course, Daigo being the beast that he is, he parried all of those attacks, even the follow-up air attack of Justin Wong, and to give the same amount of damage and disrespect. He also used a super against Justin Wong on that one after Justin Wong already depleted his combo. So very cold moments there for Daigo Umehara. And of course, how can we forget Tokido's run, Tokido's Cinderella run in Evo because he was one of the most popular Akuma users in Evo, but man, he basically dominated. I think he was kind of underrated and underdog in that tournament because he was onto the lower bracket, if I'm not mistaken, and the lower bracket in fighting games are hellish because in most MOBAs, in most tournaments, not just MOBAs, not just FPS, the double elimination bracket can only work on before the grand finals, and when upon reaching the grand finals, the bracket reset will not really happen because it will be transitioning into a single bracket already. So regardless of the undefeated teams or player into the double elimination bracket, when they are able to go into the grand finals, that will be already been resetted, and if they're lost, that will be it. So in Evo, in fighting games, the double elims will surely work because we have this kind of things that we call bracket reset that we like to talk about because it is that once that player or the undefeated player, the upper bracket player, able to go to the grand finals, and the lower bracket player, if he wants to win against the upper bracket player into the grand finals, he needs to win 2 consecutive times. He needs to reset the bracket. If the battle is best of 7, he needs to do it again for him to be the champion. So even fighting games are hellish, especially on the double elements, but that makes it fun. That's what Tokido did. He reset the bracket. Many fighting game players or esports players are already did the impossible of resetting the bracket and continuing the match and winning the whole tournament itself. But it was Tokido's run that basically cemented the fighting games history in that moment. Many players, even Justin Wong, our previous topic, Justin Wong, upon hearing Tokido's words, a simple sentence, a simple sentence that he said, "Fighting games are great." It went through the hearts of the many fighting games player because it basically their messiah basically that proves them that fighting games, esports game, and games overall are great. It makes us passionate, it makes us fun most of the time because video games are built to have fun. Competitiveness are there, it will follow, but as long as you have fun, of course you are already a winner. But of course, skills do matter in the tournament.
Definitely it is, and having fun is the most important thing when you are playing competitively as well. The pressure of the being competitive is there. You have struggles, stress as well from time to time,
Mhm.
especially if you wanted really to be competed, to be beaten, and to several competitive players as well. But if the beer or the sole reason of having fun will be gone towards you, you are gonna be having a little bit of a problem. You'll be staying so serious until such time you're gonna be
Mhm.
burning out. But I mean, I do hope our set players or either our competitors right now will be having fun as well as what we are currently feeling right now. We are also having fun casting
Yeah.
the set games currently. Unfortunately, we do have a little bit of a struggle in a sense,
Yes.
but we're gonna be proceeding on towards our match number 2 in a couple of while, and hopefully guys you are having fun having a discussion with me and
Mhm.
again we here at our broadcast because I mean we are a gamer at heart. I mean, we
Yes.
played so much games. Up until we die, we're gonna be playing games. Up until we are in heaven, we're gonna be playing games.
Upon reaching the heaven, we're gonna battle. We're gonna battle San Pedro or Saint Peter. If we won, we're going to go back in Earth. If we lost, we're going to hell. How's that?
I mean, that's a little bit of what do you call this? A bet,
A
which
bet now.
I would gladly take it. I mean, if you
Yeah.
wanted to go well, let's go and fight right now.
We're
But
on a highway to hell.
I mean, I mean, right now, still very curious on how our two of them parents will gonna be taking the win, knowing the fact that our fellow Filipino players
Mhm.
right now for our round has already one win onto their packet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now, like what I've said, it's not like we are gonna be having a little bit of a problem towards on to their lobby making, but
Mhm.
I'm still looking forward and looking excited to see them play. Especially, I haven't played King of Fighters Arena in quite of a while because I
Ah.
kind of busy in a sense. But I would like to see some different strategy or either different maneuver, especially different characters because we are gonna
Mhm.
be going to play randomly, right? So random characters. And what characters do you wanted to see, or fighters rather, you wanted to see played out later on?
Those guys. I'm a fan of Chang Koyhan, man. That big guy. Upon after what I would like to say is when I was playing King of Fighters on the arcade, like if you remember the arcade, like this one with the joystick and some buttons, and we're going to insert some coins. If you remember that, in Filipino terms, it's called we still call it computer regardless. Eh. We still
Arcade,
arcade. Well,
arcade.
in Filipino term, in our term, we still call it we still call it computer. But regardless, finally the fight will going to be happen, and this is going to be the match number 2 of our series, and something definitely going to happen. Unfortunately, after all of that, we're going to try it all again. So man, coming back to my topic, um it was Chang Koy Han's my favorite because for me it's kind of easy to use. All he needs to do is drag the opponent, actually grab the opponent, use the big ball that he has, and win.
I mean, that is a brain dead maneuver, but I don't really like to say a brain dead maneuver, but
Yeah,
it
well,
is what
I
it is
agree
what
on
it
that one.
is.
I agree on that one. Oh, we
Just
do. We are
what?
not allowed to say that. I'm going to close my eyes because we are not allowed to say that. Um, did you close your eyes already?
I mean, it was quite funny right now what's happening currently. But looking back when the days that we are going to play arcade, I'm a little bit of what do you call this? Mayabang, arrogant in terms. It,
In English, boastful,
No,
maybe
arrogant. Well,
arrogant.
guys,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
this is what I sorry for our what you call this snowflakes viewers if we do
Hmm?
have, but when it comes to game, guys, I am very confident in my skill, regardless of fighting games. Wait, fighting
Mm.
games, wait, shooting games. Wait, what games? The only game that I would not win is playing with the hearts of female girls. Okay.
What? Why?
Because I don't really play with hearts, right? Okay?
Okay. Okay, we're going onto that route, Coach Taz. We're going to onto that route. Well, of course, Coach Taz, the lover boy, indeed, doesn't want to play the hearts of the girls or the women in our community. Women are needs to be respected. Well, all of us are needs to be respected, especially if those respect are deserved. Okay, so that's all there is to it. The respect will be there. The respect will be there if you really deserve it, regardless of it. But still, a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
compassion will be there, even into the esports scene. Um, Giving a little bit of friendliness or sportsmanship, as we like to call it. But finally, we are onto the
Mm-hmm.
screen, and hey, there we go. We are talking about this character, and I'm going to see Chang Koi Han will be the battle for the side of 7693 versus 8233 well, you're going to see if go who's the one moving on to the win.
I mean, we are being dealing some information with regards to Chang Kyoyan being the brain dead champion or painted fighter, right? Well, it would be an amount of how flex
Yeah.
his opponent will be on dodging or either evading those grabs and holds coming from Chang Koyan. Orochi Chris though is one hell of a character as well, or either a fighter as well. Shingo,
Ooh.
oh
Ooh.
man!
Oh man. Well, it is what it is. Well, how we're going to say it? Unfortunate indeed. Maybe a little bit of difference onto the server. That it might be one of the cause because of the disconnection, but oh well. Unfortunate it is. We're going to go fast the match number one first. But before that, of course, we're going to have a little bit of break. Please don't go anywhere, even though the match is still not yet started. The match number two will be ready for you to see in just a moment. So, guys, don't go anywhere. This is King of Fighters Arena Duo Battle for Supremacy.tv Cypher Season 1, and we will be back after a 5-minute break. And we're back, everybody. Well, what a delay there. But we are back here in the Battle for Supremacy.tv King of Fighters Arena Duo Cypher Season 1. And of course, what happened onto the game for the match number 1 was kind of unfortunate, but we were going to back at it later. So the information about those, we're going to set it aside so we could focus and move on for the game number 2, which is a civil war for the Pakistani country. Well, what do you think about it, Coach?
Well, I mean, it is somewhat a little bit very unfortunate for us that we haven't seen how the game number 1 we're going to be playing out, and we're going to be proceeding onto the other round right now. So it is somewhat of a little bit of a downfall for me, or a downside. But Pakistani versus Pakistani,
Yeah.
I mean, it will be a bro for them, knowing the fact that they are residing on one country,
Mhm.
and being their self wanting to at least represent for their country as well. Well, because we all know for a fact that this is a duos battle, so it is a brawl within two persons and as well as tag team right now.
Mhm.
But I'm seeing currently right now, it is
Mm.
a red thing.
Yeah, we are raining red here, everybody. But I guess because they are onto the same country in the same area, I think we're going to have that little bit of mercy when it comes to the connection. Because well, they're onto the same country regardless, so the connection will be a lot easier compared to the ones earlier that was Colombia versus Philippines. So basically, eastern side to western side, from the Philippines to the South American countries, well, it was way too the gap is way too large already, and because of that, the connection of the server is going to happen. It's out of our hands to force it out. So unfortunately, it is sometimes it do work. Depends on to the connection of the players or the players itself. Sometimes it do works. We do have some matches from the side of I think in Italy and Philippines, and it can go a little bit smooth, a little bit laggy onto the each other side, but it can be done. But unfortunately, right now, baby, their internet connection didn't able to connect. So I'm hoping for this match number 2 that we're going to start smoothly, because it is going to be the battle for the same country, a civil war, Pakistan versus Pakistan. Well, it is interesting indeed.
Definitely, I would really love to see how these players were gonna be showcasing us how they play. Especially some at some point you could just say that you're playing for a hobby and not very competitively. But like what they've said here at Battle for Supremacy TV, all is possible. And for those said players or either teams or either persons that who would like to be part of Battle for Supremacy TV. Battle for Supremacy TV is a platform which caters
Mhm.
players all over onto the globe, regardless of your age and gender. You could join as long as you wanted to try competitively. You can be a pro, you can be a semi-pro, or either the amateur level or just the casual level as well. And being pitted against with the set players is at least a once in a lifetime. I mean, you could go play with a professional player. The some of I mean, most of the time that the professional players are just going to go skirmish or either scrimmage within as well as a same professional player. And as well, looking at your screen, we do have as well as the team
Mhm.
stakes guys, an app developed currently right now to at least have a little bit of a betting capability in your hands to vote out or bet out in your favorite sports
Yes.
teams and as well as esports teams, be it be basketball, volleyball, soccer, rugby, boxing, or any type of sports, and as well your esports economy or ecosystem as well as also into the team stakes. You can vote it out your favorite teams, for example, Blacklist International, Team Secret, Team OG as well. You can bet it out and as well have a winning of team tokens. And team tokens is easily gathered by, and it means necessarily by just inviting your friends. Use
Mhm.
your referral code, give them your referral code, and as well invite them to at least use the app as well. You can also gain team tokens by means of not just winning on your bets, but also using your social media accounts and as well crypto wallet accounts into the team wallet app, and you will be given I mean, generously amount of
Mhm.
team tokens to be used on your starting. You will not invest you will not invest any sort of monetary value, but you would be having monetary value to be cashed out very soon or either into the future, especially when it's out onto the public, guys. So if you wanted to test this out, you could just reach our respectable GM 1303, our in charge of our fighting games here at Battle for Supremacy, guys, or our beloved metas. You can also PM them, and as well, you
Mhm.
can just PM our website, which is Battle for Supremacy TV on Google. Just search it out, guys, onto the URL.
Definitely there. Check it out the site for you to have a chance to know the future events of Battle for Supremacy.tv. Not just on King of Fighters Arena, of course, onto the other games like PUBG, T.E.A.M, of course. We'll also have a little bit of preparing for these FPS. We're not going to talk about which FPS is that, but stay tuned. So just check out the site Battle for Supremacy.tv. Check out the information about all the games, about all the tokens, and of course the caster, if you will, our caster here. And yeah, in just a moment, we're going to start the battle now for the match number 2 duo. So, if whoever wins the first one, of course, they will be getting the match number point, and later another set of players we are going to see later on. And if the other, if we're able to be tied out, well, it will be forced out the game number 3 in just a moment.
Yes, definitely it is, and still looking forward to it. What will be happening? Especially this is not yet the tournament proper, so there's more of things gonna be happening into quite a while. This is some sort of a scrimmage battle for the set of participant to test their metal out within several players as well, and test it out if they are capable enough to be part of a bigger and grander tournament proper, which is our battle for supremacy here at Battle for Supremacy TV, guys. So I mean, take the opportunity, regardless of what's gonna happen. You need to at least comply and as well try it for yourself. You will not know, not unless you try it, right, Renby?
Yeah.
And like what I've always said, strategy is the key to one's performance, and as well, winning means winning all time long.
Definitely. The means of winning, because winning itself, all you need to do is to get that result though. But of course, don't forget to have fun in every matchup, in every game that you have. Rest is also a key part of victory. Well, getting a little bit of a rest, preparation time, and just to cool down all those minds, a stressful mind when it comes to the battle, it is indeed a necessity to have some rest from time to time. Well, a win is a win, but if you're able to at least be cautious of your mind, your body, able if you are able to train it so well, you can win more onto the future. But for now, we're still going to wait for the battle of 8593 versus 8633. So the game code, if you're able to see, it is 127442 onto the Asia 2 server.
Definitely, listen, I really wanted to see it out. I mean, there you have it. At
Yeah.
last, we're gonna be having the fight here on our game number 2, regardless. So hopefully, we're gonna be having a smooth play right now. And like what you have said a while ago, this is a
Mhm.
random character selection towards the set players. They already been given information and as well instruction on what characters so they're gonna be using for this round. And there you have it. I think, ooh, Leone Henry as well on par with Orochi Yashiro. Man, these two champions or either characters or fighter rather is one of the top notch characters that we currently have right
Mhm.
now and to King of Fighters Arena. Yet the only seeing on the other side it is just Orochi Igami. I mean the small one. There are two Orochi, which is there are two brothers, right?
Yeah.
The big one and the small one. Gonna be two men to the fight right now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, they're just basically rolling and going into the fight. There is no real damage, but look at
Oh,
Rob Jones there, dealing so much and a good combo. 9 hits already. Yet Orochi Shermie, or rather, that Orochi 1 will be able to at least deny the huge combo from Rob Jones, and he's just waiting patiently throughout the fight.
Cypher deeper into boss. Like what I was saying, not yet enough for them to at least to deal so much damage right now. Currently, we do have at least a BGDA33 has a little bit of advantage now connecting to that punch. Oh, barrage of kicks as well. Jump hook and touch. We're gonna be commencing. Let's see how we'll be damaging our Orochi. Not yet enough. A little bit more. Then he will gonna be knocking out for our first round.
Round number 1 goes to Mr. Hammer or player number 8593, but still we have round number 2 yet, and it is Goro Diamond versus Orochi Yashiro Nanakase. But look at the grab, look at the slam, and another one will be going through out in this situation. But both of them are just doing so good when it comes to the dash, but the ground slam from the side of Goro Diamond able to counter out with a grab of his own, forcing out the health of Orochi Nanakase with that half health already, but a grab as well, able to turn things around with the Ankoko Jigoku. That will be the huge damage for Goro Diamond.
What would you like when you are going to grab your opponent as well? Just go for that as well. And look at that, man. That continuous combo with the grab. But a counter maneuver coming from our player onto the side. Yet,
suplex!
I mean, what you're gonna win? Okay, let's see. The grab and hold once again will be dealing so much damage currently right now with the red HP. Let's see if it would connect 4 more seconds yet. Not able to get a finish. A little bit more picks of health, and there you have it, guys. It was Mr. Hammer once again. We're gonna be winning for this round 2 of his first match.
That was close. This close. And Mr. Hammer won 2-0 in his fight. And that's already a match point for the side of our first Pakistani 8593 and 8663 men. What a fight onto that round number 2. Although yes, the time was up, the time has already been depleted, but their gap was just basically like this. A one good hit from his opponent might be forcing out a round number 3, but no. Maybe a little bit lucky on his side. But that was a huge for 8593 or Mr. Hammer for winning 2-0 already onto his first match.
I think that's a match for the grab and hold. I mean, they just wanted to go with grabbing and hold, the suplex and everything, throws and
City.
I mean, suplex city, right? So, I mean, it was a battle of wrestlers. It's not a fight, right? It's a battle of wrestlers. I would like to see a battler of sumos. Me and Yenvi will be on that one as well.
Well, I don't want to fight with the black belter sumer there, but I was also a taekwondo practitioner back then, so I would just kick the heck out of Coach Tas and run away. I don't want to be grabbed by our black belt in judo. That's not my fighting style, man. I do kicks. I do not do hold. I do not do grabs. Okay, but coming back into the game, and what a series that one onto the Goro Diamond versus Yashiro Orochi Yashiro Nanakase. And we kind of expected that Orochi Yashiro will be focusing on the attacks like the punch kick and everything, but it was a suplex city. It was basically Brock Lesnar versus who was the one that he fought back then? I think it was Bobby Lashley. They're just suplexing each other, left and right, grabbing and slamming them to the ground. But unfortunately for Goro Diamond or for his opponent, the time was not in his favor and didn't get enough damage to secure the win.
Speaking of that one, I do remember Brock Lesnar. But the only fight I would like to consider as one of the best fights that Brock Lesnar has onto the what you call this UFC with Frank Mir. Frank Mir was badly beaten in terms of sheer power. But like what I always say, strategy is the key. And he put a hold and stop with the
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar just for that submission maneuver.
Definitely.
And I mean, that's what really amazed me. It would be regardless of how powerful, how strong your opponent will be, as long as you are confident on your technique and as well as your strategy, you will gonna be tending to win the fight. And like what
Yeah.
we've seen a while ago, man, it was a little bit of a linear way. I mean, just a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of a difference at just a pixel of health as well. And the timer was already been over, regardless of the continuous barrage of the throws being held by the other player a while ago. It would be at least being even into the HP bars, but unfortunately for him, our timer was being exhausted, and
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't able to at least register that little bit of damage towards the opponent's HP. And there you have it. We're gonna be having our winner for our game number one. I mean, match number one into our game number two.
Definitely, and that will be the match point. Going back onto the Frank Mir versus Brock Lesnar match. I was a fan of that match. I was also a fan of Brock Lesnar because that guy was already huge in WWE and trying out the real life combat sports like UFC or MMA. He was before he went to WWE. Brock Lesnar was a national wrestling champion, like the legit American style wrestling champion, gaining so much medals and popularity before he was an athlete into WWE, and because of his wrestling background, he got a decent martial arts to be presented in MMA. The only happens because the fight was kind of heated already from the get go. Brock Lesnar already depleted his energy. He kind of knocked down a Frank Mir in that fight, and he wants to finish it up quickly. Unfortunately, he already gassed himself out, and Frank Mir able to clutch the ankle hold to force. I think that was toe hold or ankle hold, but regardless, it was on the onto the foot. That basically went wrong for Brock Lesnar. But regardless, the rematch happens, and Brock Lesnar won. He knows what to do already. So coming back into the game, into the match number two, we're going to wait for the second set of our characters. So a little bit of confirmation if the teammates of Mr. Hammer will be able to win this round. That will be it for the match number two. That will be their win. But if not, we're going to force out another set of game number three, and it will be Mr. Hammer again versus his opponent earlier.
And I would like to give a little bit of what do you call this heads up with Kaiko. He's the one here onto our Discord right now. Our respected key. You need to make the lobby as well. Right now, I mean, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean you need to share screen. Don't practice as well. Invite, make the lobby and as well give the code into your opponent for us to proceed. So
There we go.
there you have it. There's the room code. We already have the room lobby right now, Kaiko. If you are hearing us right now, the code is already in the chat. So you are being called to proceed for your next round, which is there you have it at your screen. It's 8645034 for you, my friend.
Yeah. So this 8663 is actually the teammate for the side of Mr. Hammer, and 8815 was the teammate of the player earlier to the game number one. So if 8815 able to win this one, this will force out the game number three. But if not, if 863 able to clutch this win, that will be it for the 2-0 sweep. So in just a moment, we're going to start the battle now, and hopefully they are also able to see the code. And of course, like just another mention again for Psycho, the code is 864503. 863504 rather 864503 sent onto the screen, and yeah, better get into the room now so we can start the match. And remember, we do have our timer, so if failure to do so might result in a forfeited match.
Yes. And I would like to once again give a huge shout out to our sponsor, which is a Team MBX Esports or Team MBX banner here at our scrimmage battle or either the Cypher battle. And as well, guys, for those doesn't know, King of Fighters Arena is
Mm.
developed by Netmarble, one of the game developers that I
Mhm.
really love. The Maple, the Maple, what do you call this? Maple Story was developed as well by Netmarble, as well the Gunbound, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
So Gunbound is a long time 2D platform of games with tanks. And I really love that game. But we're gonna be presenting for our game number two, match number two of game number two for the night. And there you have the fighters are set, and we're gonna be going and commencing into the field in a couple of seconds. Once again, this is Coach As as well, Yenville, your caster and host for the night. This is Battle for Supremacy TV, King of Fighters Arena. Let's go.
Definitely. So the fight will going to happen, and we're just waiting for the trigger to be pulled on. And good combo there from the side of Mr. Khan or 86663 using the clone and able to get into the range of Choi Bonch, but Choi Bonch doesn't even able to touch Kagura yet into this fight.
And Kagura as well has a decent damage dealing capability in terms of distance, but he needs to at least go and to at least a close punter. What is this?
Oh,
A little bit of a block, just a block, but rolling there. I think our fighter from the right side or the left side is just what they call this, testing out the skills. But there you have it. The
whoop,
ultimate will be driven out a little bit of HP left,
bam.
and a finishing maneuver with that clone as well will be dealing for our first match of the round.
Well, Choi Bonch against Kagura is a little bit of mismatch. Kagura has the range and Choi Bonch is agile, yet he needs to be into the range before he commits damage. But look at this though, Iori Agami versus Orochi Yashiro. And this time around, Mr. Khan is dominating this fight with Koku Jikoku already been used to the side of Orochi
With the emote,
Yashiro. And I think with the emote as well, Mr. Khan knows that it wasn't enough for him to finish the fight, but it be for the momentum changing as the projectile will be blocked, but the grab as well will be there and grab slamming to the ground, but the parry will also be there for the side of A663 with a little bit of projectile and another grab as well to turn it around. Ura 316 Shiki will be dodged by the side of Orochi Yashiro, but it will not be this time, and that will be your 2-0 sweep.
easy as that. It was just flawlessly beaten by that. Just a couple of seconds, it would. The emote as well, regardless of the fact that his opponent was a little, he still has a big chunk of HP. When he did an ultimate, he still did emote. Regardless of it would not finish his opponent. The confidence level of this Sun player, man, is on top level. The bragging rights
Mhm.
is there as well. How do you do that? You know for a fact you will not kill your or finish your opponent, yet you're gonna be going to emote. And like what you said, this is a friendly banter for all of our participants, and we do really love this kind of arrogance coming from the players as well.
He knows, Mr. Khan knows. It's still way too early to the fight to use the ultimate. And of course, getting that ultimate already, the most special thing to do is to continue the momentum. That's all there is to it. If I want to understand the mindset behind why he used the ultimate already, and it basically like just to grab some momentum, force out the combo, and at least give enough damage to Mr. Khan. But well, of course, Mr. Khan has a much better skill set and wait for a good opportunity to use two Ura 316 Shiki in a row. The first one didn't connect, yet the second one surely will, and that will be the finish for that round with a 2-0 again for the side of 8633.
And what do you love when you're seeing this fight? The Super Rider, the ultimates being used just to at least finish and conclude the fight is somewhat the star of the show. It's a little bit of meh when you are just gonna finish your opponent with just a punch or a kick. But the ultimates are very, very flashy. And We've seen from 8623 X633 a while ago that he really wants to finish it in the flawlessly manner, and we have seen it. And now we already concluded our game number two for the said winner. Regardless of both of the players are from Pakistan, we're gonna be at
Mhm.
least going for the game number three in a couple of while, and we're still confirming the said players. Okay. Oh, it means Yanbi. I think
Mhm.
we do have a little bit of what is it? Uh,
Okay. So it was not the game number. Wait. Oh wait. So a
number
little
two.
bit confirmation. Are we going for the match number three, another set of characters, or will it be the 2-0? Kasi because 8663 and 8583 already won. They are on the same team, so they basically went with the 2-0 already. So that will be it for the match. So before that, before we go on for the match number three, we're going to have a little bit break there, just a little bit, just to let it breathe a little. Okay, so don't go anywhere, guys. This is Battle for Supremacy.tv, King of Fighters Arena Duo Cypher Season 1, and we will be back. And we are back in the King of Fighters Arena Duo Cypher Season 1 Battle for Supremacy.tv. Of course, you is sponsored by Team MBX or Marble X and Doritos, the only love triangle you need in your life. And Pepsi, that's what I like.
And that's what we like really well indeed. And welcome back once again here at Battle for Supremacy TV. Invite you guys once again. This is a Cypher Battle for King of Fighters Arena. And we do have 8 participants currently, and we are currently heading into our game number 3, which will be played out of our player of 4229 versus 6620, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, tama, tama.
Definitely, it is the match right now for the match number 3. It was the new duo of Euro Alien from the Philippines and 3099 versus 6620 and 6618 Maxil. Well, a little bit of history. Euro Alien is one of the player of Team Euro in T.E.A.M. and of
Mhm.
course trying out King of Fighters Arena. It is such a thing to see. And we have our player from Indonesia, our best player from Indonesia, 6620, and of course 6618, also Max Hill, coming back again to play out one match with the duo of their own. So it is the Philippines versus Indonesia, and because we are basically onto the same area of Southeast Asia, I think the internet and the connection will be a little bit better this time around because we are onto the sea, we are onto the same server, so there is no disconnection. Hopefully this time around. But what do you think, Coach? What do you Nostra? What we call it? Predict or Nostra into the fight?
We already know that what do you call this, the other one, which is what do you call it, 6620, already been playing out in our tournament proper, if I'm not mistaken. So he already has a decent mechanics into his pocket right now. Meanwhile, like what you said, Euro Alien comes from the CODM
Mhm.
department, or players as well, being played out and trying out King of Arena fighters as well. And somewhat a different thing. Maybe he was so for those who doesn't know, I think Euro Alien is one of our leaderboard top rankers in the
Mhm.
Battle for Supremacy TV on CODM. Yet I haven't seen him play the King of Fighters Arena, and that's what I like with the Battle for Supremacy TV, guys. It would not restrict you onto a particular game or
Mhm.
platform of game. You can play different games if you wanted to. You can participate all of them if you wanted to. But we're gonna be having on this game for our game number 3, round number 1. Let's head it on.
Let's get it on indeed. So 620 versus Euro Alien. Euro Alien will be on to the right side of the screen there. And good initiation already for Q Katanagi, but good parry there for the side of 6620 though. With the uppercut of their own, yet it will not be connecting. Actually, both of them are, but Euro Alien already onto the dangerous half health.
Why am I seeing Ken here? But there's the grab and hold as well. The combo within 13 hits right
Whoop!
now. Tenchi, okay, connected. One more. I think that's a
Boom!
level 1 for you, and a little bit more HP. Euro Alien, it's on trouble right now. He will gonna be using his ultimate as well, and boom, kabam! Without damage. Let's see if we're gonna be connecting his
Whoop!
next punches. But unfortunately, Tenchi
Bang!
Ryuken with just that single punch into the back. And our player for round number 1, we're gonna move
Oh!
on.
Definitely, what a one-punch knockout on that fight. Basically knocking Euro Alien out cold in the round number 1. But this time around, it will be under set of characters there. And if you look at this situation, good parry there from the side of Euro Alien. But this time around, the Amakase already able to deal so much, controlling the game with a good projectile of their own.
Oh.
They just need to connect those skills. And Euro Alien is on the verge of losing this one. He doesn't have any ability to use to, but Psycho Medley 13 EX, if disconnected, that will be your game, and that will be the match number 1. We're just going to see the animation cancel done, and 4229 rather will be able to win the match.
Player 6620 just
Yeah.
won the match with a sweep. I mean, that was very, very, very good of him, man.
Yeah.
We see how he plays it very well. And consider the fact though that Aurelian is one hell of a player in terms towards CODM. It's a different story when it comes to King of
Mhm.
Fighters Arena. There are certain players that this is their stage, and you cannot just go beyond that. Not unless you have the amount of time of grinding that they also did into their King of Fighters arena up until they reach that certain level, how flawlessly they play the
Definitely.
game itself. But good as well, Aurelian. Let's see if it will be a comeback or either a revenge coming from his teammate.
And definitely 3099 needs to carry this for the Philippines if he wants to force up the game number 3 and give chance to Euro Alien to play out the game number 3 again against the side of 6620. But 3099's opponent is not to be kidding aside because it is Max Hill 6618, one of the most prominent player in a King of Fighters arena here in Battle for Supremacy.tv. So it is going to be an interesting match indeed. If 3099, in my opinion, if 3099 able to win this one, it is an upset. It is. Because 3099 is there is no technically there is no really information about how good he is in King of Fighters arena, but we already had the information on Max Hill or 6618. He basically can toe to toe onto the best players and even got onto the playoffs of the previous Battle for Supremacy in the previous times. And if I'm not mistaken, he already got an appearance onto the finals of King of Fighters TFS. So it is really interesting indeed. So we're still going to see if the underdog will prove and bite the big dog, or will it be the bigger dog will just basically dominate the fight.
Big dog, big dog, small dog, hot dog. But I mean, fighter 3099, like what you said a while ago, is somewhat a question or a mystery. Yeah, that mystery unlock. And
Yay!
6618, like what you've said a while ago, is also a competitor when towards to the tournament proper that we had in King of Fighters Arena. So we already know how capable he is. Yet sometime we do have this mysterious guy who we don't really have any information towards him, but we're gonna be showcasing us undeniable feat in terms of his playstyle. And now here we have the game set and randomly choosing their characters that constructed by our respective GM interns and our GMs. And right now, uy, Rugal,
Oh, it was
one of the OPS champion fighters that we currently have on the King of Fighters arena.
Definitely. But still a good set for Clay Assassin. Yeah, another prominent TODM player, but already transitioning into the King of Fighters arena. So they got Leona Hayden, Yashiro Nanakase, the Vanilla One, and Andy Bogard. But this time around, to the side of 618, Rugal Bernstein, Robert Garcia, and King. So who will be the one pulling the first trigger?
There we have it. Oh, early as of that.
Uy!
Checking out. I mean, they're just checking ping check for this 2% players. They don't want to go aggressively, just a little bit of a combo. No connected combo currently right now, but there is the branch of the king coming from the assassin. I mean, it is a player 6619 rather, and now a little bit of HP left. I mean, there's still big of HP left yet for both side of players, but it's kind of slow pace. But there you have it. A level 1 ultimate will be used. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
A critical HP in just a little bit of time.
Not enough, Coach Taz, but look at it, 20 seconds left and Lash Saber will be available to at least get that momentum back from the hands of Play Assassin. Yet that ball of damage will not be enough though, and the continuous barrage of shot from the side of 6618 just continuing to bully out Play Assassin, and Ryu go Rambo. One good hit will be the one finish off the round number 1.
Texas 1-8, he already has really proven himself right now. But this is well disaster for the PH team because it would at least have a comeback when he won this one as well. The assassin though needs to use, but this is
Oh,
a Rugal, and Rugal, you know for a fact you don't want to mess with a Rugal, especially if the
yeah.
player really knows how to play this fighter. Look at that, they're just playing and toying. Clay Assassin currently, and Zetsu will connect, not a little bit of damage though. Yet Rugal still has that 3 bars ready to use,
Whoop.
and there you have it, genocide. We're gonna be finishing the round.
As easy as that, as easy as slicing and cake. 6618 dominate the fight against 3099 or Clay Assassin with a 2-0 sweep. And because this is Indonesia's second win, that will be the game overall for the match number 3 with a 2-0 sweep. Your winner are Indonesia, the duos of 6618 and 6620.
Go down. Filipinos. We are the
Wow.
King of Fighters Arena right now. Indonesian players are really well versed when it comes to King of Arena Fighters. It's a different scenario that in CODM or either Call of Duty Mobile, the Philippines are one of the top notch. But here, like what I've said, this is their stage. This is their house, man. You will not
Yeah.
bring down a house full pack of wolves, especially if they really knows their baluarte kung tawagin namin in Tagalog, right?
Definitely. And well, Clay Assassin and Euro Alien, well, their skills on CODM cannot be paired. They're already on the league of their own. But when you because it is somewhat interesting matchup because top players, the Indonesian's top players for Battle for Supremacy King of Fighters are the ones that they are played against with. 6620 Mungi and Elmax or Max Hill. 6618, very popular in the King of Fighters arena community. So basically, they already went to battle with the raid boss. Even though that they're just starting off with the level 1 lord, but whatever you call it, it is a little bit of mismatch if in terms of King of Fighters arena, but those two CODM players, Clay Assassin and Euro Alien, proves that they are ready to fight. Even the disadvantage is on them. They want to play as much as they can.
Definitely, said we're gonna be seeing a lot more of actions in a couple of while. This is once again Battle for Supremacy TV on King of Fighters Arena. Cypher battles, guys. Once again, this is Coach Chas and Yenbi. We're gonna be having a little bit of break, 2 minutes break, and we're gonna be back for more King of Fighters Arena action. So stay tuned, guys.
And now we are back here on to the King of Fighters Arena Duo Cypher Season 1 for the Battle for Supremacy.tv. And we are still your host and shoutcaster, YMV aka 2510, with my partner here, Coach Taz.
Yes, sorry for the call. Yes, very well indeed. And welcome back once again here at Battle for Supremacy TV. We're gonna be commencing in towards for our last match of the night. Not the last, but then as well as the final. But this is the last match for the night, and we're gonna be having a little bit of a different countries once again to be battled with one another. Mainly are.
This is the battle of the country of Great Britain versus Indonesia. Another Southeast Asia versus onto the western side, but this time around, we are going to Europe, baby. We are going to a different side of the western community. So for the Great Britain, we have the duo of 8188 and 8540 versus the duo of Indonesian 5174 and another player rather is 8545.
Again, it is the crew coming from Indonesia and I think this is the very first Colombian participants that we currently have. So
Great Britain.
we are Great Britain, yeah, rather. We are what they call this, inviting everybody all over the world to join the Battle for Supremacy TV, whether it is a Cypher battle or either a tournament proper. Because like what I've said a while ago, it is open. Battle for Supremacy TV is open for all of the ages. It's the game or the tournament for the ages, guys.
Yes.
So any age is possible to join as well. No restrictions there. As long as you can play, even though you are 11 years old, 10 years old, as younger than 5 years old, as long as you could play competitively, you are welcome here at Battle for Supremacy TV. So regardless of you are from Jupiter, just kidding aside, you can probably join the Battle for Supremacy as well.
Coming from Jupiter, we haven't even get into Mars then. we are still trying to get into the Mars still down. But we are, of course, before that, you shout out once again to Team MBS, the Marble X. You can use the tokens to get your own controller if you have to earn more MBX. And of course, to Doritos, the only love triangle that you need in your life. And Pepsi, that's what I like. Definitely, what an interesting fight indeed going to happen because, this is also my first time. Just talking about it. This is also my first time casting a game from. We have a representative from the Great Britain. So I do speak in English, but not that much. But please, to our Britain friends there, for our English friends there, please do spare us the grammar. But regardless of it, we're going to judge you by the skill that you have in King of Fighters because your opponent is also not to be messed with. Of course, most of the players here in our Battle for Supremacy, especially if they're hailed from Indonesia, it's already a top-notch player.
Definitely is. And once again, you shout out to Team MBX for sponsoring this event. For those who doesn't know MBX, as MBX is what we call a stellar Unity token that serves as an economic engine and drives settlements, payments, spending, and rewards in the MobiPay ecosystem. So, the King of Arena Fighters, King of Fighters Arena, King of Arena Fighters na naman.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. King of Fighters Arena once again is they are one of the few that utilizes Marblex token, guys. So Marblex token has a value of it's somewhere of $1.
Yeah, well, close to $1 basically. So we already know that's going to be upon winning their matchup, they will be receiving at least the same price of like we said earlier that they're going to win 2.96 MBX token. So based on to the quotation earlier, they will be getting $3.18 in total upon game win. And of
Yep.
course, before that, huge shout out to our Steam staking for you to have a chance to earn more team tokens aside from sharing and referring other members to join into the Team DAO system. Stake the game that you want. We have games ranging from real world sports, especially the NBA finals, which is we are on tie right now because well before I would like to talk about it. Well, Coach Tas, I think I know you're a fan of basketball also. Well, in this grand finals, let's let it all out. Who is the one? Which team are the one that you like to win?
You know me, I really love underdog teams. You know who's underdog right now, right?
This
So
is Denver.
regardless of there are plenty of people saying that this team is composed of all-star players and they are the most more capable of winning the said championship or either playoffs or championship or grand finals. But underdog teams is somewhat I really love, is knowing the fact that they have a little bit like us. There's the doubts, and that's a good storyline. When you know the storyline, it is somewhat a story that you would want to hear, want to know, and want to explore. But regardless of that, let's see who gonna be the underdog of our last match of the night because the finals are already
Yes.
set, and we're gonna be having once again this
Ooh.
is once again Coach Tas and Yenvi for our last and final game of the night.
We have the battle between the side of 8540C and our friend from Indonesia 5174. Both of them are going to use Orochi Shermie. So this is going to be an interesting battle indeed. And the destination already coming in for the side of the Britannian or the English 8540C. And just connecting with those shots. The kiss up there will be there and some projectile, but that will be black. Both of them are, but yet none of them are just pulling the trigger so slowly or rather so quickly, but the lead's coming on for the side of 8540.
Definitely is. And look at that. Just in the brink of an eye, we're gonna be seeing our fighter from
Whoop.
5174
Uy.
was dealing so much damage right now, and there's the counter maneuver for 8540 as well. Yeah, a little bit of critical damage right there, and let it see and let it blow, and one more bounce.
Ooh.
It will be 8540. We're gonna be winning our first match of round number 4.
Well, UK represents and they are doing so well. But this time around it will be the OP Rugal Person versus rather this Kyoko, I mistake on that character name.
Ori.
Yes, 85 Ori. Yeah, 8540 is doing so much here, just waiting for Rugal Person to connect, but still not able to get huge chunk of damage, and the attack from their side, counter EX will be available, and at least it will be dodged, but the second one will be parried as well from 8540 with a good shot of his own and some projectile to combo and to continue the momentum. Pura 316 already forcing out the health into the red side, and I think if the ultimate is available, that will be it. Another grab will just going onto the ground, and I think suicide counter will be a little bit more damage to at least get that momentum back, but that will be the fatality. 8540 with a 2-0 sweep.
And that will be 1 point for our team 8540. And I think they already had the match point right now. We're going to be seeing if it would be a revenge match coming from his teammate in a couple of while, man. That is a Rugal. And Rugal, you know for a fact, that is an OP fighter currently on King of Fighters Arena. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to at least pull it through. And Iori Iagami as well is one of my favorite characters or either fighters on King of Fighters Arena. Not that just he's not that too powerful, but I like his style. You know, he looks like Yakuza.
Well, he looks cool regardless. He looks cool, my man. And fighting games, the character that looks cool is also can be played cool. Well, Yori Yagami is one of the basically the main characters for the King of Fighters series or franchise, alongside with Kyoko Sanagi. And yeah, already that's going to be the match point for the side of the Great Britain. And we are waiting for the side of 5-1 for our second matchup to continue the game. So will this be the time for the Indonesian to step up again to prove that they are the better team for the better duo for the King of Fighters, or are we going to see another 2-0 sweep? Because all of the games that we had right now went didn't even went into the game number 3. It only went onto the game number 2, all 2-0.
I mean, I just realized that we just had a game which full of sweep, no contenders for a third match.
Yeah.
And let's see if it would be a different story right now, because considering the fact that this is the last match of the night, we're gonna be still seeing if our great players coming from the Great Britain would still pull off their strings and as well winning as well. And I see something out right there. I mean, you're so handsome, my friend, so don't be shy.
I kinda went hide because I cannot see my face, my ugly face. Of course, I'm not that handsome. Don't bola me, or don't what do you call this in English? Don't flatter me, my friend. But regardless of it, man, what an interesting fight we already commenced, because like you said, we didn't even get even onto the rounds. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we haven't even reached a ground number 3, or they are able to use all of their characters or fighters. They only use two characters at max. So they went to 0. They went to 0 onto the round, but maybe this time around it will be a different set of story. This is the last match for tonight, and let's go out with a little bit more of a bang.
Okay. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of a while, in a couple of while, if how we'll be ending the game and the broadcast right now, because we already had 1 point lead here at Great Britain. Hence the name, Great. So these fighters are great and to pulling
Yes.
some fighting capability in regards to a while ago. Like what I've said a while ago, Rugal was an OP characterizer fighter, but they had, I mean, just using Iagami was already enough. Orochi Iori pala. Sorry, Iagami. So it's a
Iori
different
Iagami.
So, I mean, I'm lost for words right now. So,
Yeah.
just looking for a little bit of a unorthodox fighter once again. You know, like what you see. I would like someone who plays like Rodtang. You know Rodtang? One
Oh
of the
yes,
people that see.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
The Iron Man, Rogtang man. Well, speaking of Rogtang, he is one of the most popular 1FC Muay Thai player, Muay Thai fighter. Man, the man cannot be knocked out. He basically has the iron chin like his nickname Iron Man. He cannot be knocked out, man. The only loss that he had is with DJ. Well, it is DJ with the mixed rules MMA X Muay Thai on their battle. On the first round, it was Muay Thai round. Rodtang just basically dominated and cleaned up the circle with DJ. But when the round number 2 happens, the mixed martial rules already been used. Rodtang doesn't have any. Well, judging by the fact that he is a Muay Thai master, Muay Thai fighter, well, he basically doesn't have any experience with the ground. So that was the key winning factor for DJ to win the round with a submission. And even then, Rodtang didn't even tap out. He went out cold. Either he will win or he will be sleeping out cold. He will not be surrendering. He will not be tapping out. So that's how hard Rodtang is. Man, I kind of want to see a 1FC live as well if they're going to come back into the Philippines. But man, this is somewhat similar as well here in the King of Fighters. Most of the players are so good that they cannot be hit. Basically, this is the transition into from Rodtang into the game. They cannot be hit. They cannot be stopped. But it just there's just a few players that can do that, especially even though that their opponents are kind of not that experienced when it comes to the fighting games.
Yes, and I would before anything else, I would like to call the attention of a 540 or Talibansky. We are
Yeah.
inviting you to make the create the room lobby as well as the code and send it out into the chat here at Discord if you are here or you're currently
Mhm.
hearing me right now. There you have it. Not a nice and obeying guy. Man, I love you
Yeah.
so much. And like what I said, coming back for the UFC, right? It's somewhat it's not really different when it comes to King of Fighters
Mhm.
Arena. Although you are playing it, or either you are fighting in virtual, or yet it is still you still wondering how the said punches, kicks, high lows will be efficient into dealing damage and as well as dealing onto the stance that you wanted, and as well as the timing. Important with the
Mhm.
timing. We've seen plenty of timings a while ago that was able to at least push through to negate the ultimates and as well negate the combos of their opponent. And in
Mhm.
real life, that's as really, really applicable as well. If
Definitely.
you know how to block, man, you're gonna be defeating your enemy very soon. Not if not very soon, as easy as possible. You mean you just evade one punch, then you just counter with an uppercut into the chin?
Mhm.
It's a good night's sleep, my man.
Good night, Irene. Well, most of the practitioners of martial arts or self-defense, when it comes to the fighting, you don't need to be the initiator. But at least you need to defend yourself. If you're able to defend yourself, no one can stop you or no one can really beat you. And coming onto the UFC topic, you talk about the timing. You talk about you talk about the perfect timing, just like McGregor did onto Jose Aldo on their match. They're finally able to match, but that match basically went 13 seconds because of what he said. Timing beats timing beats speed. Accuracy beats power. Timing beats speed. So basically, he was not fast. He was onto the right time when Aldo just rushing in. He let go of his left hand, and basically it went onto the jaw. It was perfect. It was precise. But like I said, precision beats power. So he doesn't have enough. He basically doesn't put a lot of power on that punch and doesn't put enough speed to Aldo. So it will not be blocked. It's just not the perfect timing. Aldo went in, just rushing ahead. Maybe he was already been fed up by the talks, by the taunts, and by the trash talk of McGregor prior to that match. So once that they're already able to let go of the hands and just basically want to fight each other, it was the doom for Aldo. Just one quick left punch, left kiss of death, basically, and that was it. McGregor was your featherweight champion and became a double champion later on in the future.
Speaking of counter maneuvers, the one person that really reminds me of counters are Anderson Silva.
Oh
But
yes.
I mean, I'm a fan of Anderson Silva. But currently, right now, we're gonna be seeing if there's somebody into the house for our last game of the night. Who will be the Anderson Silva that will be pulling through counters for counters. And now we're gonna be commencing into the fight. Once again, guys, this is Coach Dance and as well
Yeah.
Yenvi for our final match of the night. And I think
Oh,
screen freezes.
well, unfortunate indeed.
The
Are we
counter
going?
I'm looking for.
This is the counter. Out cold already. So out cold, they freeze. They are frozen. Well, talking about Anderson Silva, who will be the one? Who will be the Chris Weidman of that match? Well, only Chris Weidman was the one who cracked the Anderson Silva legacy and started it to crumble. But nevertheless, Anderson Silva was a legend. He is a legend. No, let's not say it was. It is. He is a legend. The most of the I think he has the most defense or even though he has title defense in UFC middleweight history and one of the greats as well, in on par with GSP, George St. Pierre. Also, George St. Pierre is also one of my favorite middleweights. Very versatile character user, good takedown practitioner, good striker, good wrestler. Basically, an overall complete fighter or MMA fighter. You cannot win. We have a saying. We have a saying that jack of all trades, master of none. Well, that person basically knows everything, but he was done master of none. It doesn't affect on GSP or George St. Pierre because he was the master of everything. He is the master of striking. He was the master of wrestling, jiu-jitsu as well. Well, he was so basically versatile in the match that it was one of his arsenal. He is a master of everything. He is a complete fighter. Anderson Silva are focused on jiu-jitsu and strike.
Jiu-jitsu.
Definitely. Also counter. He knows how to counter very well. But it's just that one good punch. Like I said, timing, good punch that Chris Weidman did onto the jaw of Anderson Silva that started to crack the Anderson Silva legacy. So basically, Chris Weidman was the one who put the stop on Anderson Silva, and after that, you know what happened to Anderson Silva? He broke a leg onto that match after his return, and he was not the same ever since. But still, the legacy that he did was not to be counted out or discredited. I do respect Anderson Silva from my whole heart, but still one of my favorite fighter in MMA or UFC history was the one that I kind of thought that sayang or unfortunate was Rendon Barao. Man, if you know Rendon Barao,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that was very unfortunate.
I was kind of heartbroken. Then he got 23 consecutive wins, then one loss on against DJ De La Show. He was never the same again.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a moment which you, I mean, we could say that it's a lucky shot, but that lucky shot is also a nerve-wracking shot.
Yeah,
there are certain moments that you're gonna be falling through. Yeah,
those lucky shots are part of the game.
I mean, that this is also a skill, pulling that off. But some of the lucky shots are tended to be dreadful for the ones who are going to be taking them, like what happened to who is the I forgot what for the example is Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva in his prime was very dominant, right? So he was really powerful. He just loves to dance and annoy his opponent just by dodging and as well pulling the punches that he needs that at the right time in the right moment. But that kick, very unfortunately for him. And if you our audience knows the story that regardless of Anderson had that broken bone or broken feet, he doesn't want to stop the fight. I mean, he still wants to fight regardless of what that happened, when that happened. And very unfortunate for our all of the fighters that are having a little bit of a problem, especially unfortunate events into their career. But once it happened, it would be the end of it. Hopefully, Rotang, one of my idols right now, would not share the same fate. But I kind of see this is just an opinion coming to me, right? I kind of see the thing that happened to what you call this the legend Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Towards Rotang, he is just taking the shots every time, especially into the strong punches, and he looks like he doesn't even care. But that is somewhat like Muhammad Ali way back before, up until he got sick and cannot perform anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunate thing because Rotang doesn't even basically defend himself. He just goes straight in the fight. Like, look at me, just punch me in the face. It will not affect me. And that's what happened to Muhammad Ali as well. Muhammad Ali's movement was good back then. Yet Because maybe what happened, he got I forgot the disease that he had. But still it affects it affects them onto the later stage. But that is the sacrifice that most of the fighters that are dealing in whether it's UFC or boxing, they sacrifice their future. Maybe for now it doesn't affect them yet. They are still on the prime. But in the future, maybe next 10 years, 20 years, or even 5 years already, just one punch might shake their brains up, and basically that we put a stop to it. Like what happened to that particular boxer. It was popular topic on TikTok. I forgot the name, but he was an upcoming and rising star in boxing. Yet he was kinda caught with let's say cheater, someone that tampered their gloves so it could deal much damage, even more. It affected them in their he was hit by the back of the head, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. And well, for now he's recovering, but still the future. So talking about, we already talked about the UFC, and right now we'll talk about the past and the legends as well. Well, we can talk about a little bit more of the current, as the most recent UFC that's going to fight is the UFC 289. Well, this one is also for the book, because we're going to see the domination again for Amanda Nunes. Do you know Amanda Nunes, Coach Tas, the Lioness?
Yes,
She
yes, yes.
before we had Holy Holm, we had of course Ronda Rousey. Basically, that we thought that she was the most dominant woman in my mixed martial art history, winning consecutive armbars again and again, and defending, even though in a small time frame, she was able to win the UFC bantamweight for women's, and with the dominating faction, whether it's a knockout, whether it's a mostly armbar, it was she was basically the one who is dominating the mixed martial art for the women. Yet comes Holy Holm. Holy Holm was the one who cracked the legacy this time around for the side of Ronda Rousey, and she was not basically the same. And coming back, Ronda Rousey wants to taste a win against Amanda Nunes. That Amanda Nunes was already the champion. She's basically dominating. She ate Ronda Rousey up in their fight. Like she basically fought like a lion against a, let's say, a small creature. He made Ronda Rousey look like a beginner. And that was the power of Amanda Nunes. And she is still not stopping yet. She will be battling out Irene Aldana in June 11. That will be on Sunday. And if we're going to talk about, we're going to see about the what do you call this, the Vegas ratio, or the Vegas stakes. Well, I can assure you, Amanda Nunes is really going to be the favorite, like a huge margin.
Yep. But I mean, that isn't for the women's, right? So
Yeah.
we kind of, I mean, we're open for different kind of genders. Sorry, I mean, like what we're doing here at the Battle for Supremacy. Any gender is already available. And speaking of which, Amanda Irene is also one of, I mean, he is somewhat decent. She is somewhat decent. Having a
Mm.
14-6 standing is not really
Yeah.
not bad as
Not
well. Considering the
definitely.
fact that, yeah, and considering the fact that Nunes has a 22-5, I think, in their standing, it's a little bit of compromise when it comes to the experience that we currently have. When it comes to experience, it is somewhat a difference, but we're gonna be see, you know me, I love underdogs from time to time. I love
Definitely.
underdogs every time, and I was still looking forward and being linear forward to Irene regardless. So, uh-huh. So I'm also looking forward to Paul Diaz if ever.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is going to be one for the books. Well, I am a fan of the Diaz brothers and the UFC, of course. The Stockton brothers, just basically the gangster of the UFC, of the Octagon, slapping. They have this slap that they call Stockton slap. Like they're just slapping their opponents. Even though they got a clean hit, they were not punched. They will just slap you just for the fun of it. But against Paul, Jake Paul already. Jake Paul, with the he has already been lost against Tommy Fury when battling out with the decent boxer. So this time around, you're going to battle out against Nate Diaz. For I think it is going to be a boxing match. Nate Diaz is not a striker, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he
I
uh,
agree.
he wa he is a jiu-jitsu practitioner. He is a jiu-jitsu specialist, mostly more on a grappling style. Well, he can strike. Most of them can actually, especially the Diaz brothers. They can strike, but they are most even Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz, especially Nick Diaz, pulling out the Oro Plata, the one of the most rarest form of submission on Pride FC under a substance. You know what substance if I mean? The a little bit of M, a little bit of J. He was under that and he still won and pulled out one of the impressive and most impressive and most rare, the rarest submission that jiu-jitsu practitioner can pull off in an MMA match. And now the Nate Diaz also transcends into the one he can use what his brother can do. He's a little bit arrogant, yes, because of their gangster lifestyle. He was basically like a gangster. Of course, doing that always in the ring and slapping their opponents left and right. But their skills are not to be messed with. Paul Diaz is something that I want to win onto the boxing matchup, but he is not the boxer. And I'm going to tell you, coach, as much as I would like to talk about Diaz, Paul has a much better experience now when it comes to the boxing. The kid has a talent when it comes to dealing that damage and basically putting the attention onto him. He like his name, the problem child. Whatever he do, all eyes, all the internet's eyes are on him, and whatever he do, it makes money, man. It is something to be respected at least. And judging by his boxing career, it's doing good at least. He is already experienced at least a loss for a professional against a professional boxer already. But I think this that loss might prove that Jake Paul will work hard even more to his boxing career, man. Well, battling out Diaz who is not a boxer, which is MMA, it's a little bit different story. But the kid has talents when it comes into boxing. He got a good punch, he got a good power and speed as well.
Still looking forward who's gonna be winning this one as well. We know for a fact that Jake Paul already has decent amount of experience when it comes to boxing, like what you've told a while ago. Yet, Nate Diaz, I still have some doubts in regards to him. Yes, he is definitely one of a player when it comes to the MMA or either mixed martial arts category, but boxing
Mm-mm.
category is somewhat different, like what you said. And I know for a fact that would be give him a little bit of a hindrance when it comes to that one.
Mm-hmm.
The footwork of being a boxer is so much different when it
Yes,
comes to being the footwork of an MMA fighter. So
definitely.
if you're gonna be going to give me a choice, if who would like I see to battle out with Paul, it's Salt Pappy
Oh yes.
currently right now. But I still wanted to see Nate Diaz how who he will be tending or either prepare for this upcoming fight this coming August. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. And like what you said, it would be also up or staking or betting in
Yes.
our Team Stake app. So for those who doesn't know yet, guys, just approach our GM1303 for you to give a instruction on how to get hands of our Team Stake and Team Wallet bot app.
Definitely. So Saturday, August 5, check your calendar already. Mark it down. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz will be coming onto you live. And of course, we're going to have a match party there, especially here in the Battle for Supremacy.tv. So basically, stay tuned for more information about Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. It is already been signed. There is no way to get out of this one. This we're going to talk about which fighter that you prefer. Well, you that you would like to see win, but I would like to ask you two things, Coach Tas, before we move on our battle.
Okay,
Just for that little bit, I would like to ask you, who is the one that you want to win, and this time, who is the one that you can see that will going to win? It is a little bit different. If you catch my drift, did you catch my drift? You can answer it.
Okay, question number one: who do I want to win? It would be Jake Paul for the sole reason that he's also a collector of Pokemon and a fan of Pokemon.
Oh,
So,
yes.
okay, so
Actually, the Paul brothers are, yeah, definitely.
yeah, I mean, I'm also a fan of Pokemon just like you, right? So fan of games. I'm not a caster of Battle vs Supremacy if I do not love games. So that's one category in to Jake Paul that he currently have that I am leaning towards him to win the fight as well.
Mm.
Secondly, second question, I would answer still Jake Paul in terms
I
of the
see.
category because
Mm.
it would be boxing. If it's an MMA, it's a different story.
Mm.
Like what I said a while
Yeah,
ago, it would be named all time low, all time of the day. If it would be
definitely.
MMA, but it is a boxing, and like what we see sa McGregor fought with
Mm.
Pacquiao, remember? I mean, it's
It was
Pacquiao. No, no, no.
Mayweather. It was Mayweather.
Mayweather, Pacquiao. Mayweather. Sorry for that. So it's Mayweather versus McGregor, for a fact.
Yeah.
McGregor is the best when it comes to MMA, but the category was boxing,
Mm.
and easy as that. Mayweather just clean up and win the fight in
Mm.
that shootable manner.
All right. So my turn to answer before we go to the battle. Again, we're coming back into the King of Fighters. I'm just going to be quick. Quick. Like you said, on McGregor versus Mayweather, McGregor doesn't have any stamina. Nate Diaz has a stamina. He got stamina for days. He can run for days. He can go 5 octagon rounds, 25 minutes into the round. Doesn't even break a sweat. But regardless, as I want to win Nate Diaz, my first answer is I want to see Nate Diaz win. But I agree with you. I can see Jake Paul will win because of the boxing category. It is boxing. But let's see. Maybe Nate Diaz can put up a fight. Maybe he can outlast for Jake Paul when it comes to the later parts of the round. But we will see about that. So in just a moment, we're going to see the battle as well for the side of our last match for tonight. And again, huge shout out to Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz live on pay-per-view globally Saturday, live on August 5, Dallas, Texas.
And I would like to at least consider this one, or if it is a super taking, guys. So it is possible as well. We're gonna be going to at least share the live as well here at Battle for Supremacy TV. I don't know. It will
Yeah.
be the decision of our supreme leader if he will be doing that one as well. So stay put for more instruction as well, for more updates here at Battle for Supremacy. Once again, we do have our own website on Google. Just type battleforsupremacy.tv, guys. We are currently once again broadcasting right now as of this moment into Twitch TV and as well Kicks.com. So search this out, Battle for Supremacy TV, guys, just onto your platforms where you are currently watching. And you shout out once again to our players and as well as our sponsor, which is the MBXE Sports. And you shout out once again to our best pair of the night, Doritos, the only love triangle you need for your life, and Pepsi. That's what I like. So we're gonna be waiting for a couple while for us to commence the final and last match of the night.
Definitely. And as we can see, the battle is going to start later on. They are already on to their matchup or their character picks. So in just a moment, we're going to see the battle between these two. It will be the battle of the last round. This is the last round, the potential last round. If not, we're going to have game of three. So if the Great Britannian representative able to win this one, they will be the one securing the match for this game or match number 4. So we're going to see that Hayden versus Goro Diamond is agility type SK fighter versus a powerful ground and slammer, basically a wrestler as well. But if you look at that, another grab from Hayden just to connect on Goro Diamond this time around, but Goro Diamond able to at least counter it out with a grab of their own, with a ground pounded slam as well. And these guys kind of even Puren Kansen, that will be the knockup, that will be the suplex, and that will be the ground and slam into the ground and pound, baby.
Not enough, yo. Then DJ hit the max. And here, this is the counter maneuver. 7 seconds with the full clock right now. Oh, look at the damage. It is enough just to win the game in a little bit of HP. And it's a clutch moment of time.
Oh,
with a KO as well. Oh, no.
It was Hayden that won the fight or the matchup, and that was interesting as well. But the round number 2 is going to commence, and if you look at Kay, he was the one not doing okay this time around, but still able to get that momentum back from his opponents, and with a kick of his own, hit drive will be driving out the damage. Look at that already onto the dangerous red zone. But the uppercut from the girl is able to at least knock them out. Ryuko Rambo, EX is available. And this momentum, will it be enough? It's just basically emoting this time around. And we still have 30 seconds left. He's still able to at least get the momentum back. Will it be enough? Hit drive is available. Will it connect? Yes, it is. And that will be your win with a 2-0 sweep.
OMG! Another 2-0 sweep, my guys. Once again, I see my face in the screen as well. But once again, guys, we do have concluded our final match of the night, and that was a blast. Having said, man, that was a long night for me. I really enjoyed what I saw. But this is still the Cypher battle and not your tournament proper. And we still have a lot of endearing plays and flawless and dominating runs coming from the set players, Yanbi.
Definitely, it is interesting. It is hype, and of course, this hyping this match out proves that those matches still going to commence. And right now, we're going to see if rather the fighter will still going to come through. Yeah, of course, this is a little bit of test. This is basically the test of their players, the duo, and it is doing so well. At least for a situation that can be done, because we've seen players, of course, the Indonesian as well, dominating as kind of expected with the 6618 and Maxil dominating the fight.
Is yet it is I mean I was pretty amazed how this set players, and congratulations again to our set players that we win, or either their respective countries that the win, and to our game. So it is on to Duo 7. It is 8188, I think. Okay, match 1 was won by Team Ija, if I'm not mistaken, or Team Philippines.
It was forfeited. Game number 1 hour was forfeited, and it was won by Team Colombia.
Yes.
The Philippine representative didn't able to be prepared on time. We gave them enough time and preparation, but unfortunately, we still have a tournament to run on. And of course, to the second game, it was the battle between Pakistan versus Pakistani, and of course, Pakistani wins, obviously, because they're both Pakistani.
Whether we like it or not, it will be
whether like it or not,
Pakistani.
it's already Pakistan that will win that match. Ikaw,
And anyways, we have a spin the wheel right here. We do
yeah.
have a code for those who know, you know what to do. And Gamma, it is your time to
Time
shine and
shine.
choose the code that we're gonna be using for our drill.
Let's go.
So for those audiences that need those our drill within this code, it is your time to shine as well. And there you have it. Have a free screen onto your screen right now. It is 8329KA, all small letters. Once again,
29
8329KA EDG.
KAEDJA. So
So there you have it.
8329 KAEDGA. Okay, so if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's going to say. Okay, there is no
Nobody's gonna
other way.
know.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Who's gonna
They're gonna
know?
know.
They're gonna know. I re- no, we can point out as the one standing onto the TikTok, man. So regardless of it, if you know, you know. If you know, just you know. Okay, there's no other way to know. If you know, you know, and it's only here that you can know. All right, so that will be it for our Battle for Supremacy.tv. Congratulations to those who won their matchup, and unfortunate to those who kind of forfeited into this match. And again, thank you so much for all that for the things here, of course. So Team MBX, huge shout out for the Marble X. Pepsi, that's what I like. And Doritos, the only love triangle in your life. Huge shout out as well to our Gamas for the beautiful production, to our GMs and GM interns with helping us with the tournament. And Coach Taz, any last word for
And you shout out once again to our audiences. Thank you for watching us and staying us with us. You shout out to our players as well, the competitors. And you shout out to our Battle for Supremacy TV. Catch us out, guys, into our website and our respective social media platforms. And we do have as well our very own media platforms. Coach Taz on Facebook, on me, and Yenvi as well. We do have our both separate respective
Yep.
social media platforms, and we do like to at least have an invitation for you to follow us, guys, for more updated casting events coming from us. And once again, guys, before anything else, it is a long night. This is your King of Fighters Arena Scrimmage Battle Rider Cypher Battle here at Battle for Supremacy TV. It is been a long night, and once again, we're gonna be live a saying that grind lang ng grind, naabot di tayo sa finish line. And before anything else, bye-bye and see you again for more King of Arena Fighters action. Stay tuned here at Battle for Supremacy.